What's going on, YouTube? This is Darklight Dreamer coming at you with another Q&A video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that you guys take the time out of your day to watch these videos, to just listen to me talk and answer your questions, to take the time to like my videos and comment down below. It really helps me out, guys. It really, really does. As you guys know, I started this channel because I was in a bad place, and making videos is something I really enjoy, and it really, makes me happy to know that you guys are watching, and I'm just not just talking to an empty room. So if you guys are watching, I would really appreciate it if you just let me know down in the comments below. Say hello. You don't have to type a question or anything in particular. Just let me know you're watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And guys, we are on our 7th Q&A video. That's 7 straight weeks that I've been doing this every week consistently. So that's pretty awesome. That's almost 2 straight months of Q&As. I love doing these for you guys, and I would really like to keep on doing them, and I'm going to do them as long as you guys are asking me questions to answer. So if you guys have any more questions for me to answer next week, please don't hesitate to comment those questions down below. Now, as you guys may have noticed on your way in, or if you guys have seen any of the thumbnails of the videos I made in the last week, I do have a new channel logo for my channel. It's really awesome. I really love it. And that is all thanks to the works of my good friend Richard. I asked him to make this logo for me, and he just rocked it. And it's Richard over at the channel Tattoo For You on YouTube. He is a wargaming channel. You guys may have heard me mention him several times already, but please go check him out if you're into wargaming, or just check him out in general. He's a really great guy. He's one of the nicest guys, one of the best guys that I know personally. And I love watching his vlog videos and his Q&A videos, and he has some great Warhammer content. He's a great artist. He used to be a tattoo artist. That's why he's called Tattoo For You. So please do me a favor and go check him out. Support the crap out of him, because he is just awesome at what he does. So thank you very much, Richard, for making this channel logo for me. It's going to be the symbol of my channel for all the coming days. Also, in other news, we're actually going to go up to visit Tattoo For You this weekend, here this coming Saturday. So that's going to be really awesome. Me, Wolf Brother Mythos, and Freak are all going to take a road trip up there. It's about a 3 or 4 hour drive away, but we're really looking forward to seeing him and his awesome family. If you guys have seen any of his vlog videos or his Q&A videos, you probably have seen his family in it. They're all really cool, just like him. So yeah, I'm really looking for that. I might do like a little vlog style video while I'm up there, getting, me, Mythos, Freak, and Tattoo For You all in there, kind of chronicling our adventure. So yeah, that seems like it'd be a pretty cool idea, right guys? In last week's Q&A video, I asked you guys for some suggestions on what I should do for the upcoming Christmas holiday. I want to do something special, like a special type of video or let's play or something that revolves around Christmas. So if you guys have any ideas, please comment those down below. I still haven't gotten any ideas yet. I'm kind of stumped at the moment, to be honest. So yeah, let me know if you guys can think of anything, so I could really use your suggestions. Anyway, that's enough about me. You guys are here to hear the answers to some of the questions that you guys asked me in last week's Q&A video, so let's get right into it. Freak from the channel Frost and Fist says, "Love the Q&A, bro." Thank you very much, Freak. I'm glad that you are enjoying this series and watching it. It really means a lot to me that you guys are tuning in. My question for next week is, he has to actually ask me 3 questions. The first one being, what is your favorite FPS game? As you know, I don't play a lot of FPSs. I did play a little bit of Halo back in the day. I played a little bit of Call of Duty, but I've never really been big into FPSs. Right now, I'm really loving Overwatch. I play it sometimes with my brother and my sister-in-law. I just got it recently. It's a lot of fun. It's different than a lot of the FPS games that I'm used to playing, so that really helps. I love that every character has different abilities and classes. So right now, as far as competitive FPS games, that one is my favorite. I'm looking forward to getting Titanfall 2 very, very soon. I know my friend Rydek and also his girl Amira on the channel Couple of Geeks are going to really be happy to know that I'm interested in getting this game. So if you guys are watching, hopefully soon, maybe. Christmas is coming up, maybe. So yeah, there's Titanfall 2 I'm looking forward to. But other than that, I really love the Borderlands games. They're not a competitive first-person shooter, so I love the RPG aspect where you went around and cooperated with your friends and, shot up a bunch of baddies and got a bunch of loot, so that was really fun. I think those are pretty much my favorite ones. I did play as a third-person shooter. I played Warframe a lot, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't play a lot of first-person shooters, so I think that those would definitely be my favorites. The second question that he asks is, did you ever play World of Warcraft, and what race and class were you? Actually, I did play World of Warcraft for quite a long time, actually. I tried getting into it when it first came out and really couldn't. The first character I made was a Night Elf Druid, and then I made a Human Mage, but it was hard for me to get into, and I didn't think the characters looked very good back then. And what really brought me into it was when the Burning Crusade came out, which I think to this day is still one of the best expansions that they ever came out with. And I started getting into it when they introduced Blood Elves. Blood Elves were a big reason why I got into it, because I'm vain when it comes to video games, and I want my characters to look good. And I know that a lot of people kind of busted on Blood Elf males for looking like soft and effeminate, but hey, they looked good to me, and I thought it was fitting that they were kind of softer looking because they were a very magic-y, arcane race, and I was looking for a good race to play a mage as, so they seemed very perfect for mages, and they're exactly the class that I wanted. So as soon as they came out, I instantly bought the Burning Crusade and started playing from level 1. So I eventually got into raiding at that point in the game. I did Karazhan all the time. It was actually a really good DPS. I made a fire spec mage back when, you know, fire mages were difficult to play, and it was kind of a, you know, it was more complicated, but it was the more rewarding mage class to play because it had the highest DPS output. I don't know if it's still like that or not. It hadn't really changed around the talent and spell system and everything, but anyway, I really enjoyed it. I really learned my rotations. I remember having to look up rotations in elitist jerks and try to optimize my DPS as much as possible. Yeah, those were some really good days of MMOs, so I really enjoyed that. I don't play that anymore. I haven't played since Cataclysm. I actually did all of the quests in Cataclysm when it first came out, and I started getting ready for raiding. I started getting geared, and I was just kind of like, I'm done. I just didn't feel like playing anymore, so I put it back to the side. I don't know, I just got burned out on it. The third question he asks is, Warhammer question, if you could add to your Eldar army, what would you get next? I do need more Warp Spiders. I need 2 more sets of Warp Spiders. I want to get 1 more Wraith Knight. I actually want to eventually get 2 that I have the sword for, because the first Wraith Knight I actually put the Wraith Cannons on him, but I'd like to have 2 Wraith Knights with the swords for high point games so I can kind of do that like pincer thing with them. So I hear they're really good for sweeping your opponent to their back side of the board away from objectives, because nobody wants to tango with the giant Wraith Knight with the Wraith Blades. So I really want those. I want to get some more jet bikes. I want to get some Corsair mod kits, or some, I forget what you call those. Basically to customize them to become Eldar Corsairs. I want to make a Cloud Dancer troop. So that would be really cool. There's some other Corsair things that I want to add to my army. Some of the big vehicles, like I forget what they're called now, like the Lynxes and the little like Hornets, or yeah, I think they're called Hornets. I want to get some of those. Some Forge World stuff for Eldar. That would be really cool. I would really like to have some of that eventually. I feel bad that I haven't really had time to play Warhammer 40k lately, because I've been so into my channel and into gaming lately, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on. So I just haven't had time to break out my army lately. I'm getting rusty. So I need to get in some practice games in the coming days, because I feel like I've been neglecting my Eldar army. But anyway, moving on. Wolf Brother Mythos from the channel Frost and Fist says, my brother, my question for the week is the same one I asked Richard, because it's about magic and it's right up your alley. Awesome. I want you to think in Doctor Strange's terms, because the question is inspired by us recently seeing Doctor Strange together, my brother. That was an awesome movie, guys. If you have not seen Doctor Strange yet, go see it. And I hear it's even better in 3D, but I haven't seen it in 3D, so I can't confirm that. Anyway, he says, you wake up tomorrow, finding you have magic and you understand how to manipulate the universe around you. How do you use your newfound power? I assume that you'll say something selfless, so in addition to your big picture answer, what's something personal you would like to do with this gift? Teleport around the world, traveling to all of your bucket list places, build a game sanctuary in a sky castle with Wi-Fi, we're not savages. Summon servants to do your bidding, perhaps something else? As always, my brother, much love and stay frosty. That is a difficult question. What would I do with all this power? Because I definitely think that having so much power, having such a gift, it would definitely be a waste for me just to use it for myself. And as you know, I have a big soft spot for helping people. I hate to see people struggle and having a hard time. I would probably use my magic to do things like, cure otherwise incurable diseases, feed the hungry, stop wars if I possibly can, and try to bring people together. That seems like such an impossible feat, because even with all this phenomenal cosmic power, the world is such a big place. It's hard to imagine feeling good about myself not being able to help everyone. It's kind of like Superman. If you guys have seen some of the old Superman things, he gets frustrated because he just can't help everyone. Even though he's Superman, he can zip around the world at light speed. He just can't save everyone. But I would want to try to help as many people as I could. But something selfless I would want to do with this power. I definitely would want to see the world. I'm sure he kind of knows me, and that's one reason why he asked that specifically, what I want to travel around the world, because one of my dreams is to be able to see the world. I've seen so little of the world, and I just dreamed of seeing so much more of it. It's one of my big wants in life. So I would definitely teleport around the world. I'd probably use my magic to make like a pocket reality, just to hang out in my own private place, with the stars and the cosmos around me. Maybe a glass floor where I could see down through it into the universe, or not glass, but like crystal. So that would be really cool. Being able to make a private, really awesome place for me and my friends to hang out and play games and everything, that would be really badass. One really geeky thing that I would probably do with this power is whenever I run role-playing sessions, it'd be really awesome for them to be able to see everything that is going on in the game around them. Like, not living it like they're in another world, but seeing it happen around them as if they're in a cinematic experience. Whenever they're fighting golems, they see their characters and the golem in front of them, fighting each other, smoke everywhere. I think that would be really cool to be able to see your imagination just come out like that. But anyway, I think those would be the kinds of things that I would do with my magic. Just try to help people live comfortably and be happy. I mean, what's the point in having it if I can't be happy, right? Or make other people happy? So, yeah, I think those would be what I would do with my newfound power. Never Say Die 72, my awesome nephew Darian says, my birthday was pretty good. I enjoyed it. You and my dad's videos have made my days. Love you, Darian. I'm really glad you enjoyed your birthday, Darian. I'm glad that my videos and my brother's videos meant so much to you, wishing you a happy birthday. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I can't wait to see you in the future. They can't come soon enough. We really, really miss you over here. Speaking of birthdays, by the way, I almost forgot. On the 26th, recently, was Wolf Brother Mythos' birthday, so if you haven't wished him a happy belated birthday, please wish him a happy birthday down in the comments below. He's been there with me my whole life. He's basically my best friend, so show him some love down in the comments below. I'm sure he would really appreciate it. Let's see. Idic Beer says, awesome answers. Come on, the only weapon of choice is the Klingon Batleth. Talking of Star Trek, have you ever played any Star Trek-based games, and how were they? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Nick. I had a good Thanksgiving, the very short window that I actually had a Thanksgiving. I actually did not have a Thanksgiving at all on Thanksgiving. I sat down and recorded videos all day. I didn't have any kind of people to go spend Thanksgiving with, but we had group Thanksgiving, or Friendsgiving, on Friday. But I had to work that night, and we went over there at like 7 or 8, I think is when we got there, and I had to be at work at 10, so I basically got to get there, mingle a little bit, eat real quick, and then rush to work. So it sucks that I didn't really have much of a Thanksgiving holiday this year. I hope that Christmas is a little bit better, because it's kind of had me down in the dumps, to be honest. But have I ever played any Star Trek-based games? I haven't. If you know of any Star Trek-based games that are good, let me know. I've been told recently about the Star Trek MMO and how it's pretty good, so I might check into that. To be totally honest, I haven't watched a lot of Star Trek. I've seen bits and pieces here and there, and what I've seen is pretty cool. I've seen a couple of the movies, and those are really cool, but I haven't, like, watched a lot of Star Trek. To be completely honest, if we're talking, like, Star Trek versus Star Wars, I'm probably more on the Star Wars side, because I've played Knights of the Old Republic, 1 and 2, I've seen all the movies, or I've read some of the other stories. I've actually run a Star Wars RP, so I'm really into Star Wars, not as much Star Trek. So I'm sorry if that kind of is bad, but I just never did. I don't know why. Just like I've been wanting to get into Doctor Who, and I haven't had time. There's just so much of it, and what I've seen is really good, but I just haven't gotten into that one too. So also Blasphemy. I'm sure my brother would love it if I got into that at some point. Tattoo for You Richard says, was a pretty good Thanksgiving, ended too quick for my taste. Yeah, for me too, buddy. Me too. I didn't get enough turkey this year. I need more turkey. Playing online games, mainly MMOs, do you ever lose immersion? We started playing the free Elder Scrolls Online weekend, and it was almost too much. What's your favorite online game? I definitely do think playing in a lot of MMOs you do lose immersion, because whenever you're playing in a regular game or a single-player game, the story and the game kind of focuses on you, and you can kind of feel like you're in that character's shoes. But in an MMO, a lot of times you just feel like you're a cog in the machine. You're not the important one, you're just one of many important people also helping in the grander scheme of things. And World of Warcraft was kind of like that, and Guild Wars was kind of like that. You didn't really feel like the star of the show. Now, Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, however, makes you feel like a badass. It makes you feel like the warrior of light, the savior of the world. All these other people are helping you, but you are the star of the story in Final Fantasy XIV. So I definitely think that is the most immersive RPG, and it's definitely my favorite MMORPG of all time, bar none. It has a great story, it has a beautiful world, it's laid out very well, has good quests. Even the side quests a lot of times have really good storyline to it, and side quests that you think are insignificant sometimes tie into a grander thing. And if you guys have not played Final Fantasy XIV and are into MMOs, just start a free trial of Final Fantasy XIV, try to get into it, especially if you're into Final Fantasy games. And I actually have a What's the Skinny Final Fantasy XIV video that tells you all about Final Fantasy XIV. If you don't know, I'll put that in the description down below. I actually do have a couple more questions that I need to answer from last week's Q&A video, because for some odd reason, whenever I was doing my Q&A video last time and I was reading off the questions from my phone, I don't think it loaded up all the questions on here, because when I was scrolling through and reading them off, I just didn't come across Tattoo for Use, and it didn't click in my brain that I wasn't seeing it, so I never got around to answering it. I apologize profusely again, Richard. I'm so sorry that I missed your questions last week, but we're getting around to that right now. His first question is, have you ever played the RP Rifts from Palladium? Actually, I did play in 1 or 2 campaigns of Rift, but it was a long time ago. I was probably like 12 or 13 years old. We did have one DM. It was a pretty good DM, and I remember I had a lot of fun playing in those campaigns, but I don't remember what the system was like. I do remember that Rifts, one big thing is that you can make a lot of different kinds of characters. There's a lot of different kinds of books from different types of worlds, kind of like GURPS, where you have like all books from different like settings, and you can make a lot of different kinds of characters and play them all together. But that's all I really remember. If you remind me what the Rifts system was like, you know, I would love to hear about it, because I do remember Rifts being a lot of fun. The second part of his question is, what would the ultimate video game be like if I created it? Oh, that one's a toughie, because you have so many options to make things. I think that if I were to make the ultimate video game, it would be a Final Fantasy style RPG, but it would be massive. It would have a huge and gorgeous world, like, you know, something along the lines of like a Skyrim type world, or maybe even grander than that. Give you the open-endedness that Final Fantasy used to have with airships and stuff like that, flying from town to town. But the world would be, you know, massive and gorgeous, and it would have to have a great epic storyline, really lovable characters that you could really feel attached to. I think that's something that Final Fantasy 15 looks like they're doing right. With Noctis and his troupe, I would definitely want to have a connection with the characters like that. Yeah, I think that would be the ultimate game. Have a lot of really cool optional side quests, and Yeah, I think that would be the ultimate video game, in my opinion. Alright, I think that's all the questions that I have from you guys to answer in this week's Q&A video. If you guys have any more questions, please do not hesitate to comment those questions down below in the comment section. Before I leave, I'm going to do a little spiel like I have been, and I just want to talk to you guys a little bit. A lot of the friends I have on Facebook for the last week have been going through some hard times. A lot of them have been really down and depressed, and I hate seeing you guys suffer like that. I have a lot of people posting up like I'm ugly, I'm worthless, and it really pains me to see that because I know what that feels like. You guys know I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I want you guys to know that no matter who you are, I may not even know you, but I care about you, and you're important in this world. And I would hate it if anything happened to you. You may think that nobody cares. I don't even know you, but I care. So, please take care of yourselves. A lot of love from you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button down below, or drop me a comment. Those things mean so much to me. Just knowing that you guys are watching means the world to me. You guys have no idea. It really motivates me to make the next video. It's huge. Comments are huge, guys. You may not even realize, how important comments are to me. They're really special. They really let me know that you guys are watching and are engaging. And that's the reason I'm doing these videos. I want to connect with you guys. If you're not subscribed yet, I would love to have you guys as a member of the Darklight family, and I hope that we'll continue this YouTube journey together again very, very soon. And until then, as always, may your dreams light your darkest hour, and I'll see you next time.